Hello everyone, and welcome back to Hidden Korea. Today, we're diving into a story so shocking, so unexpected, that it has sent the entire entertainment world into absolute chaos. Just imagine. Barely a week after their wedding, Zhao, Lusi and Leo Wu have suddenly dropped a bombshell statement that no one saw coming. Fans are stunned, reporters are scrambling, and the media is struggling to keep up with the truth behind this explosive revelation. What happened? Why now? What does this sudden announcement really mean? Stay with us. The full story starts right now. Barely a week after their wedding, Zhao, Lusi and Leo Wu drop a bombshell statement that stuns the entire media. No one in the Asian entertainment world expected that the most shocking headline of the year would arrive just 7 days after what had been celebrated as the sweetest, most dazzling celebrity wedding in recent memory. Fans were still replaying clips from the ceremony, still swooning over the couple's soft glances and whispered vows, still analyzing every second of the footage captured by guests and paparazzi alike. The world believed Zhao, Lusi and Leo Wu were beginning their perfect fairy tale. And then, without warning, fairy tale cracked. It happened early in the morning, far too early for most reporters, who were jolted awake by frantic phone calls and urgent alerts lighting up their screens. Zhao, Lusi and Leo Wu had released an unexpected joint statement. There had been no press conference, no teaser, no prior hint that anything unusual was happening. The announcement dropped like a lightning strike. And blinding. The headline was simple, but what it implied sent waves across every corner of the internet. "We need to tell you the truth." That was all it took. Panic flooded fan communities. Speculations erupted like wildfire. Feared the worst: divorce, scandal, accident, while others felt a strange sense of dread they couldn't explain. But the true chaos began when the full statement was revealed. Instead of the joyful updates fans expected newlyweds to share, the letter was heavy, trembling, almost desperate in tone. Zhao, Lusi's words were steady but emotional. Leo Wu's were firm yet shaken. They spoke of circumstances beyond our control, of a decision that could no longer be delayed, and of a truth that must be addressed before rumors begin to twist it. Those words were enough to freeze millions in place. As the statement spread, major news outlets went into emergency mode. Editors shouted across offices. Producers demanded live coverage. And entertainment analysts began appearing on screen with hurried makeup and barely formed theories. The media wasn't just confused, they were terrified. Something monumental was happening. But no one knew what it was. And the silence from the couple only deepened the tension. Every second felt like an hour as fans refreshed their feeds for more details, praying for clarity. But all that followed were whispers from unconfirmed sources, cryptic social media posts from insiders, and a handful of paparazzi photos taken 2 days before the announcement. Photos that suddenly took on an entirely different meaning. In those images, Zhao, Lusi appeared anxious, her posture tight, her eyes darting behind sunglasses as though she sensed something approaching. Leo Wu, usually composed, looked equally unsettled, jaw clenched, phone gripped in his hand as if he had just received devastating news. At the time, fans brushed it off as exhaustion from post-wedding schedules. Now, it felt like a silent alarm. The first major twist came when a well-known reporter claimed that an undisclosed event had occurred on the 5th night after the wedding. Something significant enough to shake the foundation of any couple. No matter how strong, this reporter, reliable and never one to exaggerate, refused to elaborate further, cryptically stating, "You will understand soon. Everything will make sense." The internet erupted. What happened that night? Why were the couple forced to act so quickly? What truth were they preparing the world to hear? By noon, the media frenzy had reached an almost uncontrollable level. Hashtags soared to the top of global trends. Hate streams dominated social platforms. Fan groups split into factions, those who believed the couple was facing external pressure, those who suspected family involvement, those who whispered about an uninvited presence at their private honeymoon location. But the most shocking development came from a leak. Staff member, who claimed to have worked closely with the couple during the wedding week, released a short voice note online, recorded secretly on the night the mysterious event occurred. It was damaged, filled with background noise. One thing was clear. Zhao, Lusi was crying. Leo Wu's voice was tight, urgent. Someone else was present, a low, unfamiliar voice. And then, at the very end, Single sentence was captured clearly enough to send chills down millions of spines. They weren't supposed to know this. 6 words detonated the internet. What weren't they supposed to know? Who said it? And why did Zhao, Lusi and Liao Wu choose now, just 7 days after standing hand in hand at the altar, to reveal anything at all? Every clue only deepened the mystery. Evening, speculation had reached a fever pitch. Some believed the couple had discovered a truth about someone close to them. Others theorized about a legal battle or a threat that forced them into the spotlight. A few even suggested that the wedding itself had triggered reactions they never anticipated. But one thing was undeniable. It was not a simple announcement. This was not an update. This was the beginning of something far bigger. Something dangerous. Something emotional. Something powerful enough to turn the happiest week of their lives into the most terrifying. And the bombshell statement? Was only the beginning. The world had barely absorbed the shock of Zhao, Lusi and Liao Wu's statement when a second wave of chaos erupted, this time more intense, more revealing, and infinitely more disturbing. Hours after the initial announcement, the couple's agency released a short message. A clarification will come soon. It was vague. Too vague. And instead of calming the situation, it ignited an even bigger storm. Fans camped online, refusing to sleep. Reporters flooded the agency's building. Camera crews waited outside the couple's residence, hoping to catch even a single glimpse of them. But Zhao, Lusi and Liao Wu remained invisible, completely hidden from the public eye. And, as dawn broke, the second leak surfaced. Third video clip, barely 10 seconds long, began circulating online. It was dated only 2 nights after the wedding. Footage, shaky and dimly lit, appeared to be taken inside the lobby of a private resort. Zhao, Lusi stood near the entrance, visibly shaken, clutching Liao Wu's arm. Liao, meanwhile, was confronting someone, a tall figure whose face could not be seen clearly. The audio was distorted, but one line pierced through the static like a blade. "You weren't supposed to be here." Those words spread like wildfire, scattering fear, curiosity, and suspicion across every social platform. Who wasn't supposed to be there? Why were they watching the couple? What had they witnessed that forced them into secrecy? Just when the speculation reached its boiling point, the couple finally broke their silence. At exactly 3:14 p.m., another joint statement appeared, a statement longer, sharper, and infinitely more shocking than the first. They revealed that their wedding week had not been the peaceful celebration the public believed. They had been followed. Recorded. Not by paparazzi. Not by fans. But by someone who had access. Someone they knew. Someone they trusted. Revelation hit the entertainment world like a meteor. Statement explained that during the private honeymoons, thought to be undisclosed and secured, a figure repeatedly appeared in restricted areas. At first, they dismissed it as a coincidence. Then the nighttime confrontation happened. And that was the moment everything changed. Zhao, Lusi described the fear she felt that night, the sense that the person confronting them was not there to congratulate them, but to expose something. Or worse, to threaten them. Liao Wu admitted he had known for weeks that something was wrong. Had chosen to keep it hidden to avoid spoiling their wedding. The most shocking part was not the confrontation itself. It was what the intruder said before fleeing the scene. Already know. 2 words that meant nothing, and everything. The couple confessed they had spent the past week trying to understand what they referred to. Was it the media? A travel agency? A hidden group? A private individual? They still didn't know. What they did know was that this person had gathered footage and information about their private life, footage that could be manipulated, weaponized, or used to create a narrative strong enough to damage not just their careers, but their safety. And so, the bombshell statement was not about divorce. Not about scandal. Not about regret. It was a warning. A line drawn in the sand. They refused to be controlled. They refused to be silenced. They refused to let someone else twist their story into something it wasn't. But if the public thought the revelation ended there, they were wrong. Within minutes, a well-known investigative reporter dropped a breaking update. The intruder was likely connected to a long-buried industry conflict. One involving powerful figures and secrets that were never meant to resurface. The reporter described the situation as far more dangerous than the public realizes. Suddenly, everything spiraled. Anonymously sourced documents surfaced online, contracts, emails, pages with redacted names, all hinting at a hidden network monitoring celebrity relationships for leverage. Some claimed it was blackmail. Others said it was a power struggle. A few insisted it was part of a larger conspiracy within the industry. The truth was unknown. But one thing was certain. Zhao, Lusi and Leo Wu were not the first to be targeted. But they were the first to fight back publicly. Evening fell, the couple released a short video. No makeup, no stylist, no dramatic lighting. Two newlyweds sitting close together. Faces tense but determined. Leo spoke first. "We are not afraid anymore." Zhao, Lusi continued. "We want you to hear the truth from us. Not from those who want to use our lives for their own purposes. We will defend our family. We will defend our future." Leo ended abruptly, leaving a heavy silence in its wake. Moments later, the internet exploded. Support poured in from fans, celebrities, international audiences. Messages of encouragement, solidarity. Outrage flooded social platforms. People who had once only followed their dramas were now rallying behind them as though defending family. But through the solidarity, darker atmosphere lingered. Questions remained unanswered. Fears whispered beneath the surface. And everyone sensed that the true battle had only just begun. Whatever, or whoever, had threatened them. Still out there. Watching. Waiting. Planning their next move. The world braced itself for what would come next. Because when two of the brightest stars in Asia dared to challenge the shadows around them, the shadows never stayed silent for long. In the end, the whirlwind surrounding Zhao, Lusi and Leo Wu was no longer just a celebrity controversy. It became a battle between truth and manipulation. Love and intrusion, fear and resolve. What began as the happiest week of their lives shifted into a high-stakes confrontation with forces that had been lurking in the shadows long before their wedding day. Instead of running, they chose to stand their ground. They chose transparency over silence, courage over fear, and each other over everything threatening to tear them apart. Story reminds us that behind the glamorous lights and red carpets, real people face real dangers, pressures, betrayals, and hidden battles the world never sees. It also shows that love, when challenged, can become stronger than any threat lurking in the dark. Fight ahead is long or short. One thing is certain. Lusi and Leo Wu have already changed the narrative. They refused to be victims. They became their own voice. In doing so, they won the respect of millions who now stand firmly beside them. Thank you for staying with us through every twist, every shock, every revelation of this unfolding drama. Your attention, curiosity, and support make it possible for us to continue bringing you stories that dig deeper, shine brighter, and reveal the truths hidden behind the headlines. Stay with us, because the world of Hidden Korea always has more beneath the surface. Thank you, and see you in the next story.